Alright, this is day 8 of 100 Days of SwiftUI. We're gonna go over. Where's day 8? So we're gonna continue with functions and go over checkpoint 2. Checkpoint 4, I mean. I got stuck at checkpoint 4, so if anyone watches and can help, let me know. I'll go over where I messed up at. But we'll open. So default parameters. Default values for parameters. So we continued with functions, we made a times table, and then the same thing we did external variable so we can call on it over here. And then we made a default value of 12 for end. So that way if end is not defined when we call upon the function, it'll stop at 12. So let's run it. Over here we defined 20, so it should go to 20. Yeah. 19, 20 over here. And then if we do this one, it only goes up to 12 because we didn't define an end, so it defaulted to 12. So same thing here, variable characters, we made a little array here. No, that's about it. These are just I messed around in my own free time. I made a default of 32. And then yeah, no, this is useless. I did this wrong. But anyways, that's pretty much what we went over, a default value. And then we did some we did error handling for passwords. So over here we made a enum for set of password errors, and then we identify the error right here. This is going to be key. Then we make a function. We have to add the throws. We have to add throws into the function if we want to call errors. So in this case, we're making a password checker. So if you make so we start with if password.count is less than 5, throw password error short. This is the short error right here. And then if password equals 1 2 3 4 5, throw password obvious error. So these are the two errors. So we're already throwing them. If both of those, if neither of those are triggered, then we continue with the regular password check. So if password count is less than 8, we return OK. If it is less than 10, it's good. And if it's anything else, it's excellent. And then down here, there's the function to how do we catch errors. So we do, and then let result equals try. And then over here, we're pulling the password. We already set a string. So this is going to be what our password is. Let's do 1 2 3 4 5. And then it's going to check if everything runs smoothly. It's going to give us a rating over here. If it catches an error, it's going to print out whatever I told it to. So if it catches the password short error, it's going to say please use the long password. If it catches the obvious error, it's going to say this password is too obvious. So I did 1 2 3 4 5, so it should catch this obvious. So let's see. This password is too obvious. And then let's try it. Let's make it less than 5. So please use long password. And now let's do a valid password. Let's say dinosaurs and seahorses. So this is very long. It should return excellent. I don't know if I spelled dinosaurs correctly, but yep, password rating excellent. So that was that. And then there was checkpoint 4. Now I've been stuck on this for the past hour and I've given up, but I'm damn near figured it out. So the requirement for this is create a function that accepts integers from 1 to 10,000, return the integer square root of that number. And we can't use the square root function, so we have to actually do some type of math. And we're not worrying about decimals. And if you can't find a square root, throw a no root error, and if the numbers are greater or lower, do an out of bounds error. So I started by making enums of 2 errors, out of bounds and no root. That was easy. Made the function with one input because we're just throwing in one number to square root, and then throws because we can call upon errors. And then if the input is less than 1 or greater than 10,000, throw square root errors out of bounds, which works. If I do negative, let's say I do 0, it's going to say out of bounds. Numbers out of bounds. So that works. And then if it's between 1 and 10,000, making it valid, it's going to do a loop 1 through 100 and look for whatever is input is equal to I times I. So whatever it goes through in the loop to figure out it equals input, it's going to print it. So in this case, let's say 25. That's the basic one. Square root of 25 is 5. Meaning 25 must be equal to equal 5 times 5. And then it's going to print what I is. So let's do that. 5. And then down here, result, print, input has a square root. 25 has a square root. So that's if it's valid. If it caught an error, it would just go down here and catch. Now the issue I'm having is trying to trigger the no root error. Because no matter where I put it, I thought if I'd put it over here. So outside of this, if I make an else, oh, this needs another one. So if I do square root errors dot no roots, do throw. So pretty much I'm saying if neither of these work, it should go to else. Now this works, so it's fine. But if I do something like 23, it says, it doesn't give me the input. It doesn't provide me the I right here. But for some reason, it still goes over here. And I don't know why it's not triggering this error over here. No matter where I put it, I can't figure it out. So what I was trying to do is make this more specific and say, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the issue is, because if it's clearly a yeah, I'm not sure. If any of the viewers could figure it out, let me know. But I figured out like 90% of it. Because like 23 does have a square root, but it's not an integer. Wait, let me see something. If I do 25. 5. I'm trying to think. If I could reorder this somehow. Do... What if I did an else if? Else if. I'll do the same thing as this. Command C. Command V. For I and 1. If input is not equal to I times I, and then we'll do throw, maybe, we'll do a throw square root errors dot no root. See if this works. That's what I thought, because it's always gonna fall within here. Let me take that out. Try making else in here as well, like within that. Throw square root errors dot. I don't know why even 25. I guess because it's running through every number. It's going through 1 times 1 equals 25. So if it fails the first time, it immediately kicks it to. I want to do if it didn't print. I want to do if print didn't work. If it doesn't print anything, then fail it. I don't know how to do that. I feel like it should just be else. So if I do else, out here. Okay, now I'm gonna do 23. See, it's still saying 23 has a square root. I mean, I know it has a square root, but it's not an integer. Alright, I give up. I've been wasting too much time on this. But yeah, if anyone could figure that out, or give me some advice, that'd be love. Alright, that's it. Day 8. Checkpoint 4 failed. I can just copy someone else's code, but I feel like that wouldn't count. But whatever. See you tomorrow.